Hello and welcome everyone to another Hero Siege guide for the Storm Weaver. If you're looking for a class that does lightning damage, Storm Weaver is second to none when it comes to elemental damage and lightning. They're very versatile when it comes to lightning elemental damage. You get that from the very beginning. I'll show you in their talent tree in just a moment right now. As we're looking at some of their talent tree here, their skills and attributes, we've selected and went specifically for charged bolts, and then we also got storm bolt as a secondary ability. We do have some abilities like electric cells, which is going to increase the flat mana replenishment energy that we gain. So this is an ability we could use in place of our actual energy. We could reduce the mana cost of all skills that we use potentially with mana feed. And these are passive abilities, but we do have charge bolts, which unleashes multiple sparking bolts of electricity and dealing lightning damage on hit. This is a projectile, it's an active spell, and we do get benefit from intelligence, so we went into intelligence for these specific skills that we have currently for storm bolts as well. We're at the beginning of our game. We're level 3. We went through the beginning campaign of the beginner intermediate prologue of the game before we get into the city, town of Nagoya, into the outskirts. So we're going to make our way out of here after we selected some of our quests. And we're going to get to demonstrate what items we can equip and highlight the lightning damage that we're capable of in this scenario. We do have a skin on our character, which is going to make some of these abilities a bit different. But we will go into the city outskirts of Anoya. And now that we're out here, we're going to start demonstrating what we're capable of as a Storm Weaver. We've got phenomenal lightning damage. We get good range with our mobilities. We have a mobility, an ability to teleport. We'll unlock that as we move on to the These spheres are bouncing, so they're doing no damage. It'll hit them from the sides, it'll flank them, it'll hit them from the front, the back. So it's a good overall ability to have for crowds. Stormweaver is quick on the feet. You can also cast while on the move. We'll open up the skills here and give you a feel of not only their ability to level, but as well as pick up some equipment to show you what we're capable of equipping in this game. We've got good range, we can attack from far range here, we have a ton of light and a ton of... We'll pick that up for now. We'll do a little bit of developing, you get a feel for what the Stormweaver is capable of here. Managed to level already. Leveling doesn't feel like it's going to take us very long with the Stormweaver. We can mow down very large crowds with a Stormweaver with all of our lightning bolts. And like usual, we find Sarcasters won't be being applied the way that we need to activate the very next level. Very good coverage. should have enough items momentarily to demonstrate what we can equip in real time. We're going to put on some more of our attribute points right now, our skill points. Just clear up the We'll add another skill point to Stormbolt. We'll pick up some more. Got some equipment, but we're going to stay pretty basic for our equipment. We're not going to put on the best equipment per slot right now. We're going to try to stay the way we are. We found something here. This will be challenging for us. We did get hit by some of those abilities there, so we got hit by the arrows. We're only a level... We're not even level 5 yet, so... We got hit by some abilities early on that I didn't dodge. We'll try to make our way back to that area. More or less that vicinity. Should be able to demonstrate now some of the items that we're capable of equipping as a Stormweaver. We should have a good variety of items now to demonstrate. So we'll go to our inventory. In our inventory, we're going to start with some of these items here, weapons, and see what we can and can't equip. We can equip chainsaws. We can equip shields. We could even equip a wand, as well as a throwing weapon. We have a pole arm, which we could equip. We could also equip one-handed claws. We have a one-handed sword we could equip. There's a spell blade here. We could as well as equip a spell blade and a handed staff. When it comes to the vial, we could equip vials even, including sidearms like pistols, one-handed axes. We can equip maces as well. We can equip one-handed swords for certain. We might want to try to equip a rifle, which we can do. Essentially, most of the weapons, including maces, we could equip. So, very large selection of items that we could equip. Maces, spell blades, pole arms, throwing weapons. We even have a one-handed book here, which we could equip. Stormweaver is versatile in the items that they could equip. And we're just going to keep very basic. We're not going to equip any additional items here to give us any stat advantages. We want to get a real feel for what the Stormweaver is capable of. And we're going to stay at a low tier for our equipment. See if we can equip a bow as well. And a crossbow while we're at it. So we're gonna go for the bow and the crossbow. We could equip the crossbow. We could even equip the regular bow if we chose to. But for us, because we are caster type, we should go into something that's going to benefit our stats somewhat. We do have some magic skill damage increase, some energy, and some mana replenishment. So we can keep that on for now. We could also equip a poison blade. This is just to give you a feel for how the Stormweaver is capable of leveling. We're not having any trouble with any of the crowds. As long as we don't stand in front of anything for too long, we're fine. And once we unlock our ability to teleport to our destination, that's going to be Let's see what we can do with our additional skill point. We have an additional skill point, and we can go with the reducing the cost of our mana and so forth, but we are doing okay so far. So maybe we'll pick up on Storm Bolts. And we'll put even more points into intelligence. This is just my playstyle. I don't see the need for the mana right now. We're sufficient on mana, so I don't tend to put many points into mana to the character. Don't really need it for their archetypes, like Stormweaver being a lightning mage does quite well on their mana, so we're sufficient for the moment. We're already level 5. We're just looking for targets really to engage in combat. Good AoE damage. Abilities are really quick and reactive. Abilities are quick and reactive to everything that we're inputting. We found the rat's den, but we're going to need to pick up a quest in order to really get with that chain. Stormweaver is really just racking up a lot of experience for me. We're going to be careful when we interact with the Shrine of the Fallen. We're going to be more careful than we were when we interacted with that. We did well. Bunch of equipment we could equip. We're versatile as far as what we're capable of equipping. We'll pick up a teleport ability as we begin the level, which will help us with some of our evading. And I'm just going to bring up a map here for us for a moment so we can see where it is we need to go. And thus far, it seems like we want to make our way over down here, more to the south. We'll make our way down here to the south a little bit. We'll see what we can come up with. Stormweaver is versatile. It has a lot of damage, very high damage output with lightning attacks. Lightning attacks are very high damage output. There is some support ability. The support abilities with retention are really good to have in the team. Even found a chaos key. We can pick off targets from range, which is nice. This is to give you a feel for what the Stormweaver is capable of. And as I make my way here to try to find out where we need to be, we have found it. We're just a little ways off where we need to be. We have some quests we can turn in. In less than 30 minutes, we've also gotten to level 6. If we turn in these quests, we can easily get to level 7, actually level 8 with the quest that we can turn in. So this is the potentiality of the Stormweaver. Stormweaver has many different abilities, right? And as we get to some of these abilities like Lightning Surge, these will benefit us. Pulsing Charge. Our gateway ability, which teleports us to a spot instantaneously. This is one of the abilities we're going to unlock around character level 16. And as we do so, we're going to unlock even more the potential of the Stormweaver. Stormweaver is efficient with mana. It has a bunch of attacks which hit multiple targets, good AoE coverage as well as range, has decent speed. Its defensive capabilities for a Stormweaver aren't bad as long as you're not sitting in front of anything. And since we have that ability for gateway that we can look forward to, that will help us with some of our mobility and dodging to evade these attacks. We have a bunch of equipment where we can start equipping and allocating and bring out the potential of our Stormweaver. We could essentially equip anything that we'd like, but I think that instead instead of chainsaws, you know, we're looking more at like staves and, you know, weapons that give us some melee, maybe even spell blades. I wouldn't really use guns or particularly chainsaws, for example, with a Stormweaver, but that is totally up to you. It is an option if you can't find anything earlier. You're capable of equipping wands and anything virtually in the game that you have available to you to get by in the meanwhile. You could do that. Axes, one-handed claws, throwing weapons, whatever it is in the game that you'd like to equip, Stormweaver has got you covered on all bases. As far as, you know, your elemental damage is concerned on the Stormweaver, you do have the lightning damage. And, you know, the lightning resistances and arcane resistances are all something a little bit different. Check out one of our videos where we explain each of the attributes and stat breakdowns. But for the Conjurer, Storm Conjurer, in essence of the Storm, for two of the trees that we can branch into for their skill tree, we're heavily reliant on lightning, and lightning being one of the damages that we're capable of. We're proficient in it, and we specialize in lightning as a Stormweaver, so we are a lightning mage essentially. And all these abilities, be it that passive or passive abilities like electric cells, could help us with the mana cost of all of our skills, as well as replenish flat mana and energy regeneration for anybody that was part of our team that we could support. We get abilities like Storm Lightning, Chain Lightning, and Storm Cloud, and Static Shock, as well as Symphony of Thunder, Hypercharged, Wavelength, bunch of abilities here, really great. Gain increased life mana and all resistances. Increases mine as well as a party member's lightning skill damage, so a bunch of support built into the Weaver. Apocalyptic Thunder, cast a high voltage thunderbolt on a target, spot stunning and dealing massive area of effect damage. There's you know, the Stormweaver is second to none when it comes to lightning damage. Stormweaver just excels at everything that you'd expect that a lightning mage was capable of. It is a great character to play with for your playthrough. You would have to stay at mid to long range for most of your attacks, depending on which weapon you'd like to equip. You might be able to equip the spell blade, depends on your style. So, and you know, depending on how you play your playthrough, you could level pretty efficiently with a Stormweaver, and I would think that this is a viable class. It would be great to use against uber bosses as well, where you have bouncing lightning damage that could hit them multiple times. You do have very quick regeneration on your mana, and you have really good long range with all your attacks. You could reach targets from a safe distance, so you have an excellent arsenal of offensive lightning abilities as a Stormweaver. I hope this gives you some insight to what it's like to level with a Stormweaver, and stay tuned in the near future. We got more tutorials on Hero Siege and character archetypes coming out in the very near future. Expect a video this afternoon as well as in the morning. We'll be continuing this series on Hero Siege for the character guides. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody's support here on the channel. I had fun, and I hope to see you in another video, if not in Hero Siege. Till the next time, everyone.